Knicks Daily Edition, baby. So I know technically they said the New York Knicks are supposed to be out of the Ime Udoka and Jason Kidd sweepstakes, right? But I'm making a pitch. Leon, get on your job. Because if you get Udoka here, I think he'd be the perfect fit for New York. Especially on the heels of Tom Thibodeau's era, the New York Knicks find themselves at a rare crossroad. I think we're right now equipped with talent, culture, legitimacy. But I think we're also in desperate need of a leader who can bridge the gap between us having the grit and getting us the glory. And I think Ime Udoka's that guy for us. Not just because he's one of the most respected young coaches in the NBA right now. Not just because he brings a modern, playoff-tested style of basketball with his history in Boston. And not just because he commands a locker room and respect with his calm, confident, and general demeanor. Not all of those things. Ime Udoka is the right fit because he's been here before. He was drafted by the Knicks in 2002. I don't know how many of you remember that. Ime Udoka knows exactly what it's like to be a player in New York. He understands the pressure. He understands the noise and the media cycles. He understands the boo birds in the 200s. And also the energy that pulses through the garden when you string 3 defensive stops in a row. He understands that. He knows what it means to wear a Knicks jersey. And now, just about 20 years later, he could possibly return not as a footnote, but as the final architect of a New York Knicks championship run. That's the reason I don't want Leon Rose to quit in his pursuit to get Ime Udoka. Because I think right now there is a post-Tom Thibodeau reality. Whoever we bring in is going to have to fill those shoes. When Thibs was the coach of the Knicks, he was needed because we were lost in the wilderness. He gave us identity, accountability, and structure. He made the defense matter again in New York. He helped Brunson evolve from an elite role player into a true franchise superstar, but an NBA superstar. But after multiple playoff runs, mounting wear and tear on the players, and offensive stagnation in high leverage games, the ceiling ultimately became clear. And the Knicks, we didn't need effort. We didn't need the effort. We needed evolution. So I think that's where you bring in a coach like Ime. I think Ime speaks player. Ime Udoka isn't just a tactician. He's a communicator. He was a player for over a decade in this league, grinding through camps, G League rosters, international leagues, before finally sticking in the NBA. And I think it was that journey that forged empathy on his behalf. So his coaching style isn't based on intimidation. It's based on connections that he makes. And that matters in New York, especially more than anywhere else. He's not going to scream at Jalen Brunson or Towns. He's going to talk to him. He's going to challenge him. And he's going to ask more of them and then give them the structure to succeed. He can hold a player accountable without breaking them. And I think that was a balance that Thibs had found, but he sometimes struggled with to maintain with his stars. And once again, I got to go back to he was drafted by the Knicks. So even though Ime Udoka never logged a regular season minute with us in orange and blue, I said drafted, I didn't say play. Symbolism matters. He was selected 39th in 2002. He did spend training camp with us, absorbing what it means to grind for a roster spot in New York City. And he knows what wearing New York on your chest comes with. It comes with extra weight. So his return wouldn't just be a PR stunt for us. It actually would be like a full circle redemption moment for a player who understands the pressure and who isn't scared of it, and who also knows how to prepare players for it. So that's the piece that I just think all of the stars would align to get a coach like that. To get a coach like that after Thibs would bring in a perfect defensive fit. He built the 2021-22 Boston Celtics into the best defensive team in the NBA. They held their opponents to just 104.5 points a game. And then he finished with a 106.2 defensive rating, which was first in the league. And what do you say makes that defense elite? Switchability, communication, trust, high IQ rotations. The Knicks already have all the ingredients for that. Udoka wouldn't need to start from scratch. He'd be inheriting a monster. A monster shit? What are you talking about? Well, this is what he'd be working with. You got Mikal Bridges, who can switch 1 through 4, elite help defender, perfect system guy. We have OG, Swiss Army knife defensively, one of the best point of attack defenders in the world, not just in the league. Throw in Josh Hart, the ultimate glue guy, tough, relentless, always in the right spot seemingly. Then bring back Mitch, rim protector, paint deterrent, elitist instincts. Then we have Karl-Anthony Towns, not a defensive star, but Udoka could mask him with smart schemes and better communication. And then you have Brunson, small but smart. Udoka would find ways to keep him from being exploited, just as he did with Marcus Smart and Derek White in Boston. The later years, Marcus Smart. Udoka's schemes don't require one-on-one stoppers at every position. They require buy-in, they require versatility, they require rotation discipline, all the things that the Knicks core already does well. He wouldn't overhaul the defense, he'd elevate it to its final form. And I think that's exactly what the vision was when Leon moved on from Thibs. In addition to that, I think what the vision was is bringing a more modern offense. Thibs' offensive approach often stalled in big moments. We all could admit that, even the fans. Udoka's vision is rooted in quick decisions, driving kick actions, mismatches through switches, pace. He doesn't run iso ball into the ground, but instead he empowers his lead guard. Think about Tatum, think about Smart, think about Green, think about Brown. To initiate, all ways to pass to the outlets. This would be perfect for us as a team. We have Brunson as the floor general with elite scoring touch. We have Towns as a stretch big who can shoot, pass, and short roll. We have Bridges and OG spacing the floor as slashes and spot up threats. We have Hart flying all over the place for rebounds, second chance opportunities. We have Mitch giving you offensive rebounds and second opportunities at the shot. This group is a star-driven team, but a team-oriented team as well, and that's Udoka's sweet spot. He'd install a more fluid half-court offense while still empowering Brunson to control tempo and crunch time. And I think that is the added ingredient to the formula that makes Udoka a dream fit. And he's a dream fit for Brunson. This hire would immediately cement Jalen Brunson as an MVP level trajectory. Udoka's history with guards, Smart, White, even Van Vliet, as an assistant, it shows he knows how to build trust. He knows how to hand over the keys. He knows how to hold them to championship standards. And Brunson, he doesn't run from expectations. We know that about our captain. He thrives under them. He wants to win, to grow, to be held accountable. And I don't think a Mike Brown could give him that. Udoka is the perfect balance of demanding and respectful. You wouldn't need to worry about fit. You'd worry about how fast they build chemistry. That's, I think, the primary thing you would worry about, how fast they build the chemistry. And I think, honestly, the locker room would love him. This team isn't full of prima donnas. It's full of dogs. You got Villanova guys who played together since college. You got veterans who know what it means to sacrifice. You have stars who want more than just numbers. They want rings. You got dogs. And if you're wondering if Udoka's a dog, the man was about to come to blows with LeBron on the sideline. Talk to me. He doesn't need to break egos when he come here. He needs to guide them. He's been in locker rooms with Tatum and Brown. He's been in locker rooms with Harden and Durant as a Nets assistant. Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili as a Spurs assistant. He knows how to navigate personalities, keep guys locked in, and let the leaders lead. And with Brunson, with Towns, Bridges, OG Hart, leadership won't be in short supply. So you're not coming to develop a team like you got in Houston, hoping that they turn out to be something. Here, you got a prepackaged product. And Udoka has pulled with stars. He's respected league-wide. That matters when the Knicks are finally a destination again. If we're talking recruiting. If the Knicks want to make a run out of Devin Booker or Giannis or Donovan Mitchell in the next 1 or 2 years, having Ime Udoka at the helm sends a message. This isn't a charity project anymore here in New York. This is a machine. And you're the final gear if you come here. Udoka's not a retread. He's not outdated. He's the kind of coach a star would want to play for. And you can bet that Leon Rose, who has shown that he's not afraid to think boldly, he knows that. Which is why I'm not giving up so easily on his pursuit to pry Udoka from the hands of Houston. Now you say, shit, it's never going to happen. Ain't going to help in New York. Why might they let him go? This is why. Udoka's under contract with the Rockets, yes. But this is the NBA. And power dynamics shift quickly. Houston is stocked with youth. Got Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, more. Veterans like Fred VanVleet. But in their front office, if their front office decides to pivot towards a more developmental coach, or if Udoka himself feels misaligned with the long-term plan, then the Knicks package plus Udoka's prior ties could turn heads. Also, let's be honest. Coaching the Knicks right now is a more attractive job. He was ready to go to Brooklyn. The roster's ready. The fan base is rabid. The front office is stable. The spotlight is bright. What are we talking about? But so are the rewards. It's New York, baby. So now it's the time. I don't think we can wait. Now it's the time. The Knicks can't afford to stall out. We've built something special. And Thibodeau took us as far as he could take us. But what we need now is someone who can win with this current core, attract another star, adjust on the fly during playoff series, manage egos and expectations, and do all of it under the biggest spotlight in basketball. Ime Udoka's that coach. Leon Rose, bro. This is what we paid you for. You need to make this happen. Because you have an opportunity to help create a full circle story, ready to be written. Ime Udoka may have only brushed against New York Knicks history as a second round pick. I know I keep overextending that. And he's never played a minute at Madison Square Garden. So let's not get it twisted. But what a story it would be if he returned. Not as a forgotten draft pick, but as the leader who finally brought the Knicks back to the mountaintop. He also just feels like New York. He fits the personality, the mindset. He has the resume. He has the player empathy. He has the respect. And he has the New York edge. That quiet toughness that fits this city, that fits these fans, that fits their star. If Leon Rose and the Knicks can pry him from Houston, it wouldn't just be a smart move. It would be a franchise-altering move. It would be a legendary move. What say you? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life that applies to our team. If there's no struggle, there's no progress. But also remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here in Knicks Deli, everybody eats. I'm your boy Shea, and I'm out. Peace.